Covering music-related content of all genres, and it filters through Eastern Texas, we want you. Come and talk to me from Texarkana down to the coast, Dallas down to Houston, and everything in between. We are ETX ROCKS!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. D Scripps here, and welcome to another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Today we have a special treat for you guys. I'm here with members of the East Texas Symphonic Band, Dr. James Snowden, and Mr. Larry Monks. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Fantastic.
So, what role do each of you play in this wonderful project?
I'm the music director.
Okay. And basically I'm helping the Symphonic Band in terms of obtaining advertisers and also getting our advertising out to the public.
Okay. And so this question is for Dr. James Snowden. So, you were recently inducted into the Texas Bandmasters Hall of Fame. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've established several orchestras, including the Lubbock All-City Orchestra, University of Tulsa Orchestra, the Longview High School Orchestra, and of course, the East Texas Symphonic Band. What inspired you to create something special?
Love of music. For kids, in most of the high school bands, choirs, orchestras, doing something on a community level just gives them additional enrichment. A lot like you see movements in kids' sports now, and to give them additional experiences, give them contact with more seasoned, more knowledgeable people in those areas, and give the people a chance to come together as a community rather than separate high schools, for instance, and play together.
Oh, that's amazing. So, where does y'all's love for symphonic music come from?
All from back in the days when I was in school, junior high and high school. I was in band out here at Judson High School when it was an independent school district before it consolidated with Longview. Had a wonderful experience in band there, and it just stayed with me.
Mr. Monks?
Yeah, I've always liked music, basically country and western, rock, symphonic, orchestra. And as far as following the East Texas Symphonic Band, I attended a concert back in April this year and saw the product, enjoyed the music, and that's whenever I contacted the board and basically volunteered my services to help. I was so impressed with the concert.
Okay. Yeah, so y'all's group consists of approximately 55 volunteer musicians with an age range of 19 to 70. You know, what brought up the idea to have not only adults, but, kids as well?
Well, they asked us to play. When you have a symphonic band, it's kind of like a football team. There are certain things you have to have. You have to have a quarterback. You have to have the defensive players. In a symphonic band, in order for it to be a symphonic band, you've got to have certain required instruments. And when we didn't have those among adults, sometimes we had to find them with good advanced high school players. But it began as a community group for adults back in 1988 when we first started the group. And then we gradually had kids that would ask, could they play, and I hate to turn them down. But it's basically an adult group.
Which I think is amazing because, we were just discussing this earlier. We have a bunch of kids, who graduate high school and they don't really get to continue with the band. And then you have adults, who are constantly working and, would like to have some spare time to, play music. And I think y'all give them that, opportunity, which is amazing.
Yeah, there's always people that were in high school or college and bands, and they still would like to have a chance to play when they get out. There are band directors that play with us. There are people that maybe teach private lessons, and the band helps keep their lip in condition in order to perform. So you've got a pretty wide range of motivations for the individuals to be in that group.
So how difficult is it to get musicians to volunteer? And both of y'all can answer this one if you'd like.
It's gotten easier because in the last year or two, at the beginning of 2015, we were notified that we had been selected as the Silver Scroll winner, the Outstanding Community Band of North America. So that was a huge shot in the arm. And of course, when the word got out for that, we started having people calling, asking, could they be in? Back in the early days, it was a lot harder before we were known as well. And then this past summer, we were invited to play the Honor Community Band concert for the Bandmasters Convention down in San Antonio. So that gave us a little bit more name recognition statewide too.
Mr. Mark.
Actually, I'll just ditto what James just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the artists out there who are interested in joining, how would they go about that?
Well, they can contact me or any of the board members or probably any of the high school band directors that can get them in contact with us. Almost anyone connected with the high school bands now in East Texas pretty well know who they need to talk to.
All right, y'all hear that? So if y'all want to get on with the East Texas Symphonic Band, be sure to hit up Dr. James Snowden or any members of the board.
An email address that they can reach us at is larrymonks@etsymphonic.org.
Okay. And now, as a brief message from our sponsors, we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Timothy Thomas, owner of East Texas Foundation Repair, located right here in Longview, Texas. If you think you're having foundation problems with your concrete slab or pier and beam home, if you're seeing cracked brick, slanted floors, cracks in your sheetrock, doors not latching or sticking or not closing properly, you may have a problem. Please contact us at 903-918-3409. You can also look us up online at easttexasfoundationrepair.com. We also offer drainage and waterproofing also. Again, Timothy Thomas, easttexasfoundationrepair.com. Thank you, East Texas, for your ongoing business.
And we're back with members of the East Texas Symphonic Band, Dr. James Snowden and Mr. Larry Monks. So I kind of want to get into the history of the band a little bit. So I know this was founded in 1988. What would y'all say has been some of y'all's biggest accomplishments over the years?
Well, the band began in '88. Actually, there was a group of people here that were meeting in the summer for a week or two, and then they would play a program around the 4th of July. And it was adults. It just came together because they wanted to play. They liked to play. And a lot of those folks approached me later and asked if they could, if I would conduct one on a permanent basis throughout the school year. So that's kind of the way we started. We played for the Texas balloon race out at the airport years ago. We used to do a Christmas concert each year at the Longview Mall. And then we did the children's concert 2 years ago that we're going to repeat again this year for the 5th graders. This year, the 5th and 6th graders. So those are some of the big things that we've done outside our normal schedule of 3 indoor concerts in the T Park Amphitheater in late May.
Okay. So, what made y'all want to start this project? Was it something that was kind of missing in the area, or did y'all just, what brought this about?
Well, I think all people that are band directors or involved in music in some way in high school and college, or a lot of people really have a inner desire to play a little bit again before they completely lose their playing ability. So I think there's always that with people, particularly in their 20s that have just gotten out of college. They still like to play, but there's nothing in the community that they can do except maybe a few things in church services connected with their choir. And so there was quite a bit of that. I think it came out in '88 when they asked, could we start a permanent operating community band?
Okay. Any input? Okay. So overall, what would y'all guys say is your biggest goals you want to achieve with this amazing band?
We want to reach more people.
Okay.
A live performance is an interaction between the people on stage and the people out in the audience. And there's just something magical about that you don't get watching a TV show or a movie or any other reproduced medium of music. This live performance has an electricity to it that you just can't replicate any other way. And I always a desire to hear that and a desire to be a part of it as a performer.
You know, one thing I love is like, you know, I go and listen to a CD, but I'm even more impressed when I go see that person, you know, in concert.
Sure.
And it's just so much better, you know. It's you feel that emotion even more, you know. You feel,
Sure.
you know, music to me is, you know, it's a universal language. This concert, you want to tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, we did the first one in 2015, and it was pretty much included all the local schools, from Longview, Pine Tree, out to Hallsville, up to Gilmer and those areas, and it was open to all the 5th grade students in the area, including some private schools, church schools. That was a huge success. We had about 30 retired Longview area school teachers that helped us with the logistics of getting the kids in and out in an orderly way. Schools sent the kids over on buses to the Belcher Center, and the program was a real success. It was not so much a band recruiting program as it was a showcase for all the arts. We had dancers from Pat Mitchell's Longview Ballet Theater. We had featured a vocalist singing Frozen from the Disney movie. We had a fiddle soloist with a narrator doing Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Nice.
We had a cello soloist. So, and we sponsored an art contest in conjunction with that. So we tried to cover all of our bases in the arts.
All right. So, what other events do you guys have set up for this year and next year?
We do our 3 indoor concerts at the Belcher in November, February, and April, and then we have our annual Pops in the Park program at the amphitheater at Teague Park in May, late May.
Okay. Mr. Moss?
I think you covered.
Okay. All right. So our next segment is called Rapid Fire, and this is pretty much it's kind of like a Would You Rather game.
Okay.
And what we like to do is ask, you know, funny questions, you know, just for y'all to let loose and, you know, have a good time. And
Okay.
so here we go. And you'll have 90 seconds, by the way, on our imaginary clock.
What's going to happen to them if they? What happens to them if they don't do it in 90 seconds?
I don't know. We'll have to see. So are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. So would you rather have a European sightseeing vacation or a relaxing Caribbean cruise?
Oh, now that's a hard choice. I've done both, and they're both are fantastic. Depends on whether you love the oceans more or the mountains.
Would you rather change your last name to Bin Laden or never eat chocolate again?
Never eat chocolate. You mean change my name or just never eat chocolate again?
McAllister's Deli or Olive Garden?
Olive Garden.
No internet or no cell phone?
Oh, that's easy. No cell phone.
Nice. Would you rather be the smartest person or the hottest person?
Well, it depends on which age you ask me that question.
Would you rather go about your normal week naked or fall asleep for a year?
That's a tough one there. I'm going to defer to Larry on that.
Go the week naked.
Free Starbucks for a year or free iTunes for a year?
Free what?
Free Starbucks for a year or free iTunes for a year?
Probably iTunes. I'm not much of a coffee drinker.
Beethoven or Mozart?
Oh, that is tough. I'd probably say Beethoven this week and Mozart next week.
Okay. Would you rather be the sandcastle or the wave?
The wave.
Nice. And last question. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson or talk like him forever?
Well, if I fought Mike Tyson, it wouldn't last long.
Well, thank y'all. That has been Rapid Fire. So, do y'all have any sponsors or advertisements y'all would like to talk about? Mr. Monk?
Yeah, well, right now we are recruiting advertisers, and as of last week, we have 15 companies that are advertising in our program. So, and we're just now really starting to get that off the ground. So, anyway, if any of your viewers would like to advertise, we'd like for them to contact. And what we've done for our programs, it's what I consider very cost effective to advertise in our program. There are 3 programs generated during the year, and so we're looking to add advertisers for 2016, but also we're looking for advertisers that will consider us for 2016 and 2017.
Okay. Y'all hear that? If you want to advertise the East Texas Symphonic Band, be sure to get it Mr. Larry Monks or Dr. James Snowden. You know, and how can people reach you guys, social media wise, or?
Okay, we have our Facebook site, okay, and that can be reached at East Texas Symphonic Band on Facebook. We also have a website that is etsymphonic.band.org. So there is contact information there. And they can also just contact me through email at larrymonks@etsymphonic.band.org.
Okay.
This is Katie Kennedy, the owner of the Liberty Bell located in historic downtown Nacogdoches. We would like to invite you to come on down for our live music, our extensive menu, including our brunch menu available on the weekends, and excellent service. We're open every day of the week except for Monday. We've got live music every day and drink specials. So we'd love to see you in Nacogdoches. Come on down, tell them Katie sent you.
All right, so I understand you have a show on November 7th. Please talk about that.
Yes, we have a 5-minute segment on East Texas Matters on KETK, and which Dr. Snowden will be on that program at that time, discussing more about the November 7th concert,
Okay.
and a little bit about the East Texas Symphonic Band.
So how much would it be to get into that concert?
$5.
$5.
And children and students are free.
So y'all hear that, y'all? $5. I mean, that's pocket change. Y'all could afford that. And plus, it's free for your kids and students, which that's great. You don't have to take them to an expensive movie. You can go see some amazing music. And then, I also saw something on your page Monday. You have an event going on. Would y'all like to talk about that?
This will be our 5th annual golf tournament. It's our one and only fundraiser that we do, and we would love for all the golfers to come out and play, form a foursome, come play with us. We have a meal furnished, and everybody walks away with some kind of prize.
Okay. This has been another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. I want to thank Dr. James Snowden and Mr. Larry Monks for coming out. Remember to support y'all's local music and
ETX rocks.
ETX rocks.
Covering music-related content of all genres and it filters through Eastern Texas, we want you. Come and talk to me from Texarkana down to the coast, Dallas down to Houston, and everything in between. We are ETX ROCKS!